Hi, my name is Karthik. Before I joined the fellowship here, I was working as an intern with IHS. Before that, I was part of the Young India Fellowship in Delhi. And before that, I was a financial analyst in Capital One. And before that, I was a mechanical engineer from NITK Surathkal. Actually, when I was part of Ashoka itself, I got a mail saying, oh, there's this fellowship introducing in Bangalore. It has been good. I've learned a lot. I've gotten the freedom to pursue my own project, so which has been an excellent opportunity. I mean, where else in the which other university will give me money to do gardening? That's my project. So I've set up a garden on the roof, and I'm really grateful for it. It's been wonderful because I also got to interact with people who are interested in my in that field. So working with Kendrick, there's a lot to learn as well, and it's in a field which I'm passionate about, and then when that coincides so well, so it was really nice. In the previous fellowship, which was in Delhi, it was mostly academic. We were confined to our classes, and though we had like an experiential learning module there, it wasn't this rigorous in the sense that so much push to go to the field and then do something on the ground. So that has really helped me here. A couple of incidents where once we followed garbage trucks across the city, and then we literally followed the supply chain of garbage in the city rather than academically just reading in class, oh, it's picked up by this person and then it goes here. We literally followed throughout the city, and looking at it from that perspective, especially something like waste and garbage, there's another element which you don't find it in the books, which is the smell and the sight. So in that way, it was a very nice experience because they also pushed us to step out a lot, be it the practica or the project. So that way, it has helped me get more perspectives rather than just academic perspective. Personally, I feel being interdisciplinary is a lifelong journey. You can't, over 6-7 months, pick up enough skills to call yourself interdisciplinary. True, I did progress in that journey, but there's so much more to learn. Like even now, if I pick any one problem in the urban, specific to the urban, I still don't have all the skill sets to analyze it. There are so many problems I wouldn't be able to even perceive it, even though I have a different background. I mean, I have an engineering background. I've done little finance and then did liberal arts, and I've come to the urban fellowship, and still I feel that yeah, there are certain perspectives missing when you try to even problematize something. And then when you go on to like implementation of like designing a solution and implementing it, there's so much more. It's a good 7 months to spend in the classroom as well as following what you like. I mean, if you are interested remotely in anything related to urban, this is the place to be. To know a lot of concepts on the surface, but going in depth, it's not possible in 7 months. In the commons term, it was pretty rigorous because classes were more rigorous, practica demanded more effort from my side. But after the commons, I've had a lot of free time, which was good for me, which is what I was looking for as well, because I wanted to work on other things. It would have been nice if they had engaged us a little more in the elective terms as well. They should have had little more deeper classes, I felt like. True, there was the immersion trip in the middle and there was a break, and it could have been a lot more intensive, I felt. But the structure as such is nice. In the end, it's nice that they give you an internship, though they don't say will get you placed, giving you an opportunity to do an internship in any other field. But yeah, for a 9-month engagement, I guess this was good. I don't see the necessity for me personally, but I could see its novelty if there are freshers who haven't gone into the field yet, who have no idea what working on the ground looks like. For them, it will be a good opportunity. Even for me, it's a good opportunity in the sense that I can experiment for 2 months, go test out an organization. If I don't like it, I can switch. If I like it, I can stay. But personally, I was on the lookout for a full-time job as well at this. I mean, instead of doing an internship. Broadly, the concept was regenerative urban agriculture, where I was trying to maximize the growth of plants in a given space. So I've constructed a big pot, I can say. 24 square feet, it holds around a cubic meter of soil. And essentially, the thing is, I'm trying to create a micro ecosystem here. Right now, cities, households, we generate a lot of waste, wet waste, vegetable waste, which we don't know how to dispose. There are some people who are doing composting, but once the composting is done, they don't know what to do. So the novelty of this project was in situ composting. So you just add the wet waste onto the pot, and I have introduced earthworms as well into the system, so that the earthworms just eat up the waste, and they support the plant life which is growing on top. So it's giving you food. At the same time, it has little to no maintenance because of the kind of plants. There are certain intercropping systems which I've used, which keeps away the pests and also improves soil fertility, so you don't really have to add fertilizers or pesticides. Overall, my aim was to make a prototype and test it out here, so that if it works out, or whatever the flaws, I can rectify and then maybe push it into the market and then see if I can implement it in households across the city. The most relevant, I feel. So in engineering, I learned 17th century engineering. Once you finish that and apply for a job, no one really cares what you learned. You have to relearn everything. Looking at it from that perspective and looking at it here, they talk about a lot of problems which are happening right now. They talk about climate change, which very few people in the world talk about. And I feel it's the need of the hour, and they address a lot of important questions which are the need of the hour, be it social inclusivity, urban sustainability, climate change. So it is very relevant, and anyone, you could go on to do anything after the fellowship, but just this spending this 7 months here will give you a different perspective of everything. By everything, I mean it will change your worldview as such. So it's good. You get to learn, you get to see world in a different way after the fellowship, and which is required. I mean, I wish more people saw this way, like not just looking at solutions in an engineering perspective, which the country really, does a lot. I've been here for 1.5 years. Yeah, it's been good. I really like the people here. It's actually one of the most liberal, open-minded spaces I've seen in the city. The diversity is really nice. Their attention to not just academics but also other things. I mean, last week we had Cityscripts, the Urban Lens Film Festival. Giving an institute giving attention to other things rather than just academics, or it's a research institute, like rather than just focusing on research, they focus on so many more things, and that makes it more vibrant. I feel good food. I like the food they cook here. It's located in a nice place as well in the city. I can shuffle around nearby. So life has been really nice.